Hi, this is Sive Morten with the daily update on EuroFX. I post my exclusive market overviews with the key political and economical events, charts and important levels on the ForexPeaceArmy.com forums weekly. This short video is a response to rapidly changing situation on the currency markets and should help you to stay on top of the game and be profitable. I suggest you to visit ForexPeaceArmy.com forum and read my analysis for the week before watching this daily video.
Greetings everybody, guys. Today I think that we could replace our gold research on the Australian dollar, mostly because on the long-term analysis of the golds, the major driving factors stand the same, and in general on long-term charts situation haven't changed significantly. So I think that the covering of the just daily videos will be enough for gold market. But instead, in Australian dollar we have some interesting situation that need to be discussed as in a weekly research and daily video. So guys, at the first glance on the daily, Australian dollar looks the same as in Great British Pound in terms of the possible patterns that we could get, and some kind of the AUDUSD pattern that could be formed, deeper retracement. So the situation looks very similar across the board on the major currencies. But actually here we have some tricks, and this could be very interesting and useful for trading on the coming week. What's the difference? Actually, guys, an Australian dollar and the Great British Pound has absolutely different fundamental background. If Australia shows rather positive recent statistics and an external trade balance as in terms of the domestic statistics in employment and domestic product and consumption and other stats, on the Great British Pound we have not the same situation. Also, Reserve Bank of Australia and the Bank of England have different rate policy. So if in Australia there are some talking, some rumors on the possible rate increase, on the Bank of England situation has been clarified in a recent meeting, and it stands dovish, stands negative for bulls. That's why the reaction on the recent dollar strength due to non-farm payrolls could be different. And if on the Great British Pound we still were watching for some AUDUSD retracement down, some deeper retracement, on Australian dollar we could get a bit different action. And that is not quite obvious right now on the chart that you see, because every trader currently could recognize here the possible hand shoulders pattern that we'll be talking on a bit later, but not everybody could recognize the background that it's really the bullish power, the bullish potential of Australian dollar is greater than among other currencies. That's why what I would like to say is that actually, guys, we could get on Australian dollar not compound retracement down, but just the triangle consolidation as I have drawn it. Another reason why I think so, because actually, guys, take a look at by later. Theoretically, here we already have the confirmed double repo sell pattern. So we have 8 bars to the upside. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, even 9 bars. Close below the 3x3, close above, and creating the new top, close below. That was the confirmation of the double repo sell pattern. But take a look at the reaction after double repo. It's a bit lazy. It's not really very strong. In the double repo, usually you see strong downward actions and collapse, because here was by the market mechanics of the double repo, the second top of the double repo, and especially if it's greater than the previous one, suggests that attempt of the bulls to push market higher. When they fail to do this, this leads to massive closing of the long position and collapse, some kind of the despair of the bulls, and market starts dropping. But here we do not see such sort of the action. This very often happens, and I saw it very a lot of times, when you see not quite normal reaction after a pairing of the double repo. It usually leads to a pairing of the triangle first, and upward breakout of this triangle, the double repo failure second. I think that this will be the primary scenario that we have to watch for here. We do not exclude that indeed here we could get some really AUDUSD, the classical shape. It's really possible, but I think that in Australian dollar, it's one of the currencies that has more chances to create minor reaction on the dollar, on the United States dollar strength, just could be pairing this pennant or triangle and continue move higher. There are some another reasons exist on the high time frame, so if you will read and also the monthly and weekly charts, you understand what I'm talking about. But on the daily, that's just how I described. On the 4-hour time frame chart, guys, here's the classical scenario that I have mentioned. So this could be a head and shoulders indeed. In this case, we should get some kind of ABCD that should lead us to the 78.13 area. Take a look that this area stands very close to the daily confidence support. This could become next destination point. By the way, guys, just don't forget about this. On the common week, at least on the nearest 1, 2, 3 sessions maybe, we have the floor. Take a look, this will be really strong support, daily ever sold, around Fib level 78.75, and monthly pivot point. So it means that market will be coiling somewhere around, and hardly this area will be broken very fast. So it will be a really strong support, and probably we will get the action mostly inside of the triangle. But even on this shape, on the 4-hour time frame chart, we have some questions. Because take a look, it's still flat action on the slope of the head. Fast action here is normal, because here is bulls still control the pattern. Here is the bears should start to control the pattern, but here this action doesn't look like the failure of the bulls, just moderate retracement. It's not the collapse, guys. That's why it's a lot of questions to this pattern. Another reason, take a look at this hidden bullish divergence with the MACD. So it suggests that it's really could be some upward breakout here. Maybe market will start this as a retracement, but later will continue high and taking out with the top of the head. It's very often happens. But all other stuff makes this pattern looks pretty nice, because take a look, head stands at 1618 of the shoulder. It's a typical ratio of any hand shoulders pattern, and in general you could easily recognize the shape. That's the core of the trap, guys. That's all traders see this potential head and shoulders pattern, but not all traders see the details that we see around it, and not all traders pay attention to fundamentals. That's really a big difference between the Great British Pound and the Australian dollar. So what we need to do in the current circumstances? Well, I think that the better solution for the current situation is trying to catch some bullish reversal pattern here near the neckline. Why? Because despite what pattern will be formed, either in the hand shoulders or it will be triangle action, anyway, here we should get some upward bounce. Because if it will be the triangle, this will be another leg inside of the triangle. If it will be the hand shoulders, it will be starting point of the shoulder. That's why taking the long position somewhere around neckline will resolve both problems. Because if it will be triangle, we already will have the position for a possible upward breakout. But if it will be hand shoulders, well, maybe we will exit on some backward action here back to the neckline, or we will even exit with the break-even stop, or even we'll take the profit at the top of the shoulder. I do not know. But this action up to the top of the shoulder will give us the room and time to move our stops to the break-even and just buy the insurance and get the insurance actually free without buying. So just moving stops to the break-even. That's why I think that if we will be lucky and we will get some bullish reversal patterns in this area, this will be a very great advantage and chance for us. Because right now on the hourly chart, actually, guys, I did not see nothing yet. So no bullish patterns have been formed. That's why on Monday and Tuesday we should keep an eye on what really could be formed here. So that's our view on the Australian dollar. We'll see how situation will turn here. And I think that should be different compared to situation on the Great British Pound that we have discussed yesterday.